The very first segment was around application sharing. So you had told us that we need the ability, that many of us have created our own applications, and we want the ability to take those applications and put them somewhere that would allow us then to share them with other people, right? So that was point number one that you asked us about. Point number two has to do with integration. There were many of you that were using the API to do integration with third-party products like a Foundstone, a Qualys, a Nessus, an Encircle, a NetIQ, but you were doing that as a one-off. You were doing it, and the next person had to go and do exactly the same thing if they wanted to integrate with Archer. So you were asking us to say, could you take a step back and look at how could one of us do this integration with one of these products and then make it available back in the Exchange? Or even better yet, how could the provider of that product do the integration into Archer? No cost to you, make that available in the Exchange. You already have that customer's product, you already have Archer's product. You shouldn't need to pay any more money for those two things to talk with each other. So that was item number two that you had asked for. Item three has to do with consulting services. This is a listing of just some of the consultants that each of you are using today to solve different problems in your organization. And you came back and said, is there some way that you can pull these providers together, ensure they have the appropriate knowledge about how to use and deploy Archer, but then make that accessible to us so we know who has trained resources and who doesn't, and what types of services they would have to offer for us. And point four is around content. Currently inside of Archer in the policy side, there's a lot of authoritative source content that we already provide right out of the box for you to go use, right? But that's just a small piece of all authoritative sources that are in the market. In fact, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of regulations that many of you need to be in compliance with. So you wanted to know, is there a way that you could publish that information somewhere, work with those providers to put it in a format that could then be easily downloaded into your instance of Archer, right? So point number four is all about taking that content, getting it into the right format, us having relationships with those providers to allow you to bring that into Exchange, right? So that takes us to where we're at today, which is we want to announce the Archer Exchange. And I have to say that this is one of the most exciting things as a company that we've ever done. It's the ability, what we're providing to you is an ecosystem where all of us can get together and share and determine what information goes into the Exchange and what information doesn't make it into the Exchange. Think of it as an online marketplace that allows you to have applications, content, services, and integration in one place. But it's a closed loop exchange, meaning that we determine, this group right here, we determine who gets into the Exchange and who doesn't get into the Exchange. We don't want people that are providing poor service to you to be a member of the Exchange. So if we've built in some things that I'm going to show you in the Exchange that shows how are you going to keep track of if you're getting great service or not so good service, and how do you communicate with that with other people. And it's going to ensure that the providers that are a part of this really want to be a part of this, and they're going to provide you a high level of quality service. If not, they're not going to be in the Exchange. And we're looking to work with a subgroup of people under the direction of Jim Routh that helps us determine who are the new vendors, the new products, the new applications, the new content that you want to see. And I have to say, in just the short amount of time that we've announced the Exchange, our phone has been ringing off the hook because some of you that already knew about it have asked those vendors to contact Archer to find out how could they already be members of the Exchange. So what I want to do now is just to very briefly take you through what is the Exchange. You're probably all looking at me saying, well show me what that information is. Well, what the Exchange is it's a website, and you get to it from our corporate website, archer-tech.com. Up in the right-hand corner of that website, there's going to be a link for the Archer Exchange. When you click on that link, you're going to come to this page. Access to this page and to see the core information that's in here is freely accessible by anybody, right? But as you need to go in and do very specific things and actually do downloads or rate certain vendors on things, you actually have to log in. And that login that you're going to use is the same login that you use for the Archer community. So today, if you're not a member of the Archer community, we have 8 stations along the side here. We're hoping that you'll take a few minutes, see one of the blue shirts, one of the Archer people that are there. They'll step you through very quickly to get you signed up for the Archer Exchange, or excuse me, for the Archer community, and then they'll give you a demo of what the Exchange is and show you how to use it to kind of get you rolling with that. So this is the opening page. If I would go and click on the application Exchange, it takes me into the app portion that I was talking about earlier, and you can see a list of categories down the left-hand side. There's 47 applications, or excuse me, 47 new solutions that have been made available through the exchange. We've worked with companies like DTCC, who I think submitted 8 to 10 applications to put in the exchange for all of you to share. American Express, Wells Fargo, countless other companies that we've worked with. Some ask us to not put the offering under their name, but to put it under the name of Archer Labs. And what Archer Labs is it's something new to Archer, where we have a group of people that are dedicated to building new applications to go on the exchange. And that's their primary focus, is to work with you to understand what new business processes are you trying to automate, and us to build those processes, package them up in applications, and then make them available on the exchange. There's also a 180-point checklist that we go through for each application that goes on the exchange. 180 points. And it's not an easy process that we go through. And in fact, in one of the sessions, Chris Pantanius, Chris, can you raise your hand to the team? Chris is a member of Archer Labs, and he's going to actually share with you what's in that 180-point checklist. And it's a best practice approach to building out applications inside of Archer. And we are very, very picky on how things are set up. And we're making sure that things are very, very consistent. So when you download something from here, it's the best of the best, right? From the way that it looks and the way that it's been designed and the calculations that are used and the help text that's there and the field descriptions, all of those things are going to be done to the best of our ability. We're also ensuring that there's consistency across all of those applications. So if you pull down an application for a firewall change request system, or for a ticketing system, or for business continuity planning, or for some HR information that's there, they're all going to have a very similar look and feel. So your end users are going to know right away how to use that application that's there. If I would click into this environmental management application that American Express has recommended, or has provided on the exchange, it's going to take you into a page that's going to show you some detailed information about what that application does. And coming soon is going to be the ability to actually have videos associated with this. So you'll be able to click on the video and you'll see a 3 to 5 minute overview of what that solution actually does for you. And if it's something that you like, you'll be able to go into the download section, click download, and to bring that application directly into one of your environments that you have today. And when you bring that into the environment, it's going to bring it in. It doesn't matter what your license with Archer is today on the number of on-demand applications that you can build. It brings it in as in a not licensed for production state, gives you full functionality to that application, and you can take it for a test drive and see if it's something that you really like or don't like. And the minute that you want to flip it over to production, you just have to make sure you have the appropriate license count to do it at that time. So we want to encourage you to come in, bring these things down, see if you like them or not. The second thing is that, or the next item, is that we're looking for suggestions on what's the next list of applications. We've loaded 47 new solutions that are here, but I can tell you that we've got an idea board that probably has another 15 to 20 on it already of things that we want to build. I heard a couple things in some sessions that we had late yesterday afternoon that kind of piqued my interest. But if you've got ideas for solutions to build, write it on some cards, get it to one of the blue shirts that's here, and we're going to get that on the docket for us to consider building back and making available on the exchange.